Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Alhamdulillah wa kafa wa salamun ala ibadihi alladhina istafa amma ba'd. يقول الله تبارك وتعالى في كلامه المجيد بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وابتغ فيما آتاك الله الدار الآخرة وابتغ فيما آتاك الله الدار الآخرة ولا تنس نصيبك من الدنيا وأحسن كما أحسن الله إليك ولا تبغي الفساد في الأرض إن الله لا يحب المفسدين. صدق الله العظيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. اللهم بارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم إنك حميد مجيد. My dear respected brothers and sisters in Islam, there are four aspects of wealth that I would like to cover. But one is the acquisition of wealth, the earning of wealth, halal and haram. Actually, we're going to skip over that because that is a topic of its own. The second is the accumulation of wealth, the collection of wealth. And the third is the protection of wealth, to protect the wealth that Allah has given us. And the fourth is spending the wealth, spending our money. How to spend, where not to spend. But before we go into the last three aspects of wealth, let me begin by saying one is the general attitude that prevails in society, that it is my money, so I can do what I want with it. And the same attitude applies to the body. You see this attitude all around us. It is my body. I can do what I want with it. If I want to get a tattoo, I can get a tattoo. It's my body. The Islamic concept is very different regarding both body and wealth. The body belongs to Allah, and we are a trustee. It's an amana, it's a trust from Allah. That is the reason why it is not permissible to commit suicide. That is the reason why a person cannot make a permanent change, go through cosmetic surgery and make a change to his body, male or female. Why? Because you cannot make any changes. This is a trust from Allah. Yes, you could put on a little makeup and give yourself a new hairstyle, but any permanent change is not allowed. Organ donation at the time of death is not allowed for this very reason, because this body is not yours to give away. The body belongs to who? Allah. And we are simply a trustee. A trustee, amana. It is an amana. The Arabic word that would be used is amana. Wealth, money that is in our pocket, in our bank, also belongs to Allah. And we cannot do what we want with it. We are a trustee. Allah has given this wealth as a trust, as an amana. And there are plenty of ayahs in the Quran. وَأَنْفِقُوا مِمَّا جَعَلَكُمْ مُسْتَخْلَفِينَ فِيهِ آمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ وَأَنْفِقُوا مِمَّا جَعَلَكُمْ مُسْتَخْلَفِينَ فِيهِ. That believe in Allah and His Messenger and spend the wealth that Allah has made you mustakhlafina fi. Allah has made you a trustee over. Spend that wealth. Very clearly mentioned in the Quran that we are only trustees. Now, if this is clear to us, this is the foundation. We as Muslims who believe in Allah and the Akhirah, if this much is clear to us, that our body is not ours and our money is not ours. We are simply the trustees. Now we can move further. Allah wants us that we protect our wealth. There's a verse in the Quran, Surah Nisa, وَلَا تُؤْتُوا السُّفَهَاءَ أَمْوَالَكُمُ الَّتِي جَعَلَ اللَّهُ قِيَامًا جَعَلَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ قِيَامًا وَارْزُقُوهُمْ فِيهَا وَاكْسُوهُمْ وَقُولُوا لَهُمْ قَوْلًا مَعْرُوفًا. That do not give the wealth back to the orphans, the foolish, sufaha, those orphans who have not yet reached maturity. Do not give them back their money yet. Allah has made you a custodian, a guardian over their wealth. And if they demand that give us our money, the money that my dad left behind for me, give me my money, قُولُوا لَهُمْ قَوْلًا مَعْرُوفًا. Tell them not yet, not yet. Say kind words. وَارْزُقُوهُمْ. Quran says, spend on them. وَارْزُقُوهُمْ فِيهَا وَاكْسُوهُمْ. And spend on them, give them plenty to eat from their money that their father left behind. Give them clothes to wear, buy clothes for them, but don't give them back their money yet. Why is Quran instructing the guardian, the custodian of the orphan, not to give back the money that belongs to this child that his father left behind for him? Because if you give this foolish boy, this orphan, back his money, he might waste it. Someone might steal him of his money. He might enter into a business transaction in which he becomes a loser in that transaction. He has not yet reached that maturity of sense yet to distinguish what is most beneficial for him and how to protect himself from harm. And there's a hadith of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, man kutila duna malihi fahuwa shahidun. Whoever dies protecting his wealth, he is a shaheed. He is a martyr. Imagine, you're protecting money. You're protecting your wealth. Someone comes to steal and you die protecting your wealth, you are considered a shaheed. And why do we think interest is haram? Interest is haram because ida'atu malil muhtaram. It is a destruction of your honorable wealth. That halal money that you earned, that you toiled for, and you sweat and blood and toil went into earning that money, you are wasting that money when you pay interest. It's a destruction. Ida'atu malil muhtaram. It is a destruction of muhtaram wealth. Because the wealth of a Muslim is what? Muhtaram. It is respectable. It is honorable. It is sacred. And furthermore, if any loss that we suffer, ما يزال البلاء بالمؤمن والمؤمنة في نفسه وماله وولده حتى يلقى الله وما عليه خطيئة. If a person suffers a loss in his wealth, in his, let's say in some investment, he suffers a loss, or he puts money in the stock market and the stock market goes down, or in bitcoins and bitcoins goes down, or he did not make as much money in 2017 as he did in 2016. Guess what? His sins are forgiven. This is a source of forgiveness for his sins. Imagine. Hatta yalqa Allah. And if he continues to suffer a loss in his wealth, he will meet Allah Azza wa Jal in a state that he does not have any sins on him. In other words, that loss of wealth became a source of forgiveness of his sins. So wealth is not necessarily looked at as something dirty but it is respectable, it is honorable. It is to be protected, not to waste it. So the first aspect of wealth is that it should be protected. We should protect our wealth. Number 2, saving our money. Saving money. Saving money does not go against tawakkul. A person can save money for a rainy day. A person can save money for his retirement fund. It does not go against tawakkul or putting your trust in Allah. But what a person should have his belief that it is not this money that will come to my aid in my old age. It is Allah who will take care of me. So he has his trust in Allah, but he could save for a retirement. He could save money. As a matter of fact, a Sahabi by the name of Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas radiyallahu an, a very famous Sahabi, he came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam wanting to give away 2/3 of his wealth fi sabilillah, in the path of Allah. And he said that he had children. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, discouraged him and said, no, that is too much. Then he said half. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam discouraged him from giving away half. And then he said 1/3. Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam accepted 1/3. That 1/3 you can give away, because the rest of it belongs to your inheritors, those who are going to inherit from you after you die. Then Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, it is better that you leave them something than they going around begging from people. Just as a footnote, those of us, mashallah, who are doing well, and our children are doing well, children are educated, and the children are earning 10 times more money than we will ever earn in our entire life. Do we really need to leave 100% of our wealth for them? Why not make our akhirah? Why not spend it on our akhirah and donate at least 1/3 to those who are less fortunate than us? This applies to us. Our children, if they have a good education, they don't need our money. They don't need it. As a matter of fact, what you leave behind is peanuts. It's peanuts for them. They are making good money, and they will make 10 times, 100 times more money than you ever made in your entire life. They're smarter than you, they're more educated than you, and they don't have your accent. Then why are you leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars for them? Give a little bit to those who have less. How much? At 1/3 we can leave behind. And of course, leave some for them, but we don't have to leave all of it for them. So saving money. So how is a person supposed to have inheritance that he can leave behind for his inheritors if he doesn't save money? Right? So saving money also, it does not contradict the teachings of Islam. A person can save money, and that is encouraged. So the first thing we said is protecting your money. Second is to save your money. And the third and most important is spending money. How do we spend money? One of the defining characteristics of Islam is moderation. Moderation in everything. When it comes to friendship, that hadith, ihbib habibaka hawnamma asa an yakuna baghidaka yawmamma ibghid baghidaka hawnamma asa an yakuna habibaka yawmamma. When you show friendship, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, exercise moderation. Don't become too close, divulging all your secrets, because one day he might become your enemy, and now your enemy knows all your secrets. And when you're showing hatred or animosity, exercise moderation. Don't go off the edge in hurting him. Why? Because he might become your friend one day, and you will feel embarrassed and ashamed of how you have hurt him. When it comes to ibadah, Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam emphasized moderation. So when it comes to spending, the golden principle is moderation. In Surah Furqan, Allah describes Ibadur Rahman, إِذَا أَنفَقُوا لَمْ يُسْرِفُوا وَلَمْ يَقْتُرُوا وَكَانَ بَيْنَ ذَلِكَ قَوَامًا. That when they spend, they are not extravagant, nor are they stingy and miser, walam yaqturu, and they adopt the moderate path, the middle path, in between. And this moderation is fi umur dunya wal akhirah. What usually happens is when it comes to ourselves and our families, we don't exercise moderation. And when it comes to spending on a good cause, we think, oh, I need to think about my family. I need to think about moderation. Moderation, the middle path, is both in our worldly spending, on our spending that we spend on ourselves and our families, and also in fi sabilillah. When it comes to spending, there are two words that are mentioned: israf and tabdhir. Israf and tabdhir. Quran says, Ya bani Adam, khudu zinatakum inda kulli masjid. O children of Adam, adorn yourself at every masjid. Inda kulli masjid. When you're about to enter the masjid, before you come to the masjid, put on something nice. Khudu zinatakum inda kulli masjid. You see people coming with shorts. Yes, you can pray with shorts if they're knee length, right? Sharia compliant shorts, if they cover your knee. But that is not recommended. Salat is acceptable. Your salat, anything less than that, the salat is null and void. But what is recommended, according to this ayah, is that you wear good clothes, you wear nice clothes. Don't come in your pajamas to the masjid. Ya bani Adam, khudu zinatakum inda kulli masjid. Wa kulu washrabu wa la tusrifu. And eat and drink and do not be wasteful. Inna Allah la yuhibbul musrifin. Allah does not love those who are wasteful. What is israf? Then we'll come to what is tabdhir. Israf is spending more than what is needed on something, spending more than what you need to spend on something that is necessary. You have a gallon of milk here, you have a gallon of milk a few feet down. This one is $1.99, that one is $2.59. You're too lazy to walk down to get the gallon of milk that's $2.59, you just grab this one for $1.99. This is israf. If you were spending $8 a gallon on organic milk, that would not be israf, because you are getting something of value in return. Israf is spending more than what is required on something that is necessary, something that is needed. Tabdhir, what is tabdhir? And we have heard the ayat concerning tabdhir. Innal mubadhirina kanu ikhwana shayateen. Indeed, those who are extravagant in their spending, they are the brothers of shaitan. Tabdhir. And then Quran says, Innal mubadhirina kanu ikhwana shayateen wa kana shaitanu li rabbihi kafura. And indeed, shaitan is ungrateful to his Lord. What is tabdhir? Tabdhir is where you squander your money. You waste your money. If you have an iPhone that's working, it's perfectly fine, there's nothing wrong with that iPhone, but there's a new iPhone in the store, and you want that new iPhone simply because it's more trendy. Simply, of course, it's going to be more faster or something, but it's not. The first one is fulfilling your needs perfectly, and you really don't need the second one. And you are just simply buying it because that's what's new on the market, and it'll look cool or trendy or fashionable. This is tabdhir. You are wasting money. And then Quran says, وَكَانَ الشَّيْطَانُ لِرَبِّهِ كَفُورًا. Shaitan was ungrateful to his Lord. Why is the person who is extravagant in his spending compared to shaitan as being the brother of shaitan? Why? Imagine someone being called the brother of shaitan, the brother of shaitan. Because just as shaitan was ungrateful, this person is ungrateful regarding his money. He's ungrateful. The money that Allah has given him, he's ungrateful by squandering it. So when we spend, two things to remember. Is it necessary? That's the first question we should ask. Is it necessary? I'm about to spend my hard-earned money. Is it necessary? Do I really need this? That's the first question to ask. The second question we should ask, and this is not being stingy. This is not being stingy. Every family member, husband and wife and children, should ask these two questions before making a purchase. Is this necessary? Do I really need this? Number two, can I spend less money? Can I get something? If this is necessary and I absolutely need this, then can I get it for less money? If you can get it for less money, then yes, you need to buy it for less money. Can I get this by spending less money? These are the two questions. Not every spending is generosity. And not every holding back is being stingy. There is a word called frugal in the English language. Frugal. Islam wants us to be frugal in our spending. It doesn't want us to be stingy. It wants us to be what? Frugal. And it does not matter how much you make or how much you have. Just because a person makes more money does not give him the license to do israf, or does not give him permission to be extravagant in his spending. If a person is by the river, can he use more water than he needs? Just because a person has more money, can he spend it? More money than he needs? No. And there's an ayah of the Quran that explains the four categories of how we should spend our money. وَابْتَغِي فِي مَا آتَاكَ اللَّهُ الدَّارَ الْآخِرَةِ. Number one, seek. وَابْتَغِي فِي مَا آتَاكَ اللَّهُ. From what Allah has given you, الدَّارَ الْآخِرَةِ, the hereafter. So use the money that Allah has given us to seek the akhirah. Number two, وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا. And Allah is saying, have a little fun. وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيَا. Do not forget your share in this world. In other words, enjoy your money. This is your money, enjoy it. وَلَا تَنْسَ نَصِيبَكَ مِنَ الدُّنْيا. وَأَحْسِنْ كَمَا أَحْسَنَ اللَّهُ إِلَيْكَ. And be kind to others as Allah has been kind to you. Spend your money on others as Allah has spent it on you. وَلَا تَبْغِي الْفَسَادَ فِي الْأَرْضِ. And do not spread corruption in the earth. When a person uses that money to commit sin, then he is spreading fasad in the earth. وَلَا تَبْغِي الْفَسَادَ فِي الْأَرْضِ. إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يُحِبُّ الْمُفْسِدِينَ. Allah does not love those who spread corruption. May Allah enable us to spend our money wisely according to the teachings of Islam.